Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson have finally started to find their groove for this Knicks team. But it's no secret, to start the season, Brunson and Randle have absolutely been struggling. They have failed to leave the same type of impact that they had last year for the Knicks this year. And a lot of us have been trying to verify why. What's causing them to start this slowly and not have the same impact as last year? Well, according to one NBA insider, he suggests that it's due to injury. According to him, Julius Randle is currently dealing with significant ankle pain, and he did not start the season off at 100%. Not only that, Jalen Brunson is also playing through an injury as well. We're going to break down all of this and let you know exactly what injuries they're dealing with. All of this and so much more today. So be sure you have notifications turned on and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Julius Randle is apparently dealing with significant ankle pain. Now, this is not a shock or a secret. We knew after the offseason that Julius Randle was coming off of ankle surgery. And we knew that was going to disrupt what he had to do during the offseason. It was going to limit him during training camp. And it was going to take him a little bit of time to ramp up to get back to the player that we saw last year. But since he was healthy going into training camp and we didn't hear about any restrictions, we thought that Julius Randle and the team were going to be fully healthy to start the season, and there was going to be no reason to give him the excuse of, oh, it's the ankle injury, oh, it's the ankle surgery. Well, according to Steph Bondy of the New York Post, who's also an NBA insider, he suggests that not only is Randle dealing with ankle pain, he's playing through it. According to Bondy, Randle has been playing with ankle pain throughout the New York Knicks start to the season, ignoring attempts from the team to get him to rest. According to Bondy, Randle has been battling through ankle pain, and as a player committed to availability, resisted attempts from the Knicks to get him to rest. Multiple sources told the Post. Randle underwent arthroscopic surgery on his ankle this past offseason. According to a source, he's too proud to sit. Publicly, Randle has refused to use the ankle as an excuse for his struggles, even after 2 sprains left him ineffective in the playoffs. Randle, who went through this ankle surgery in the offseason, was operating at about 70% to start the season, according to a source. So he has been playing with ankle pain, significant ankle pain, and not even at 100%, at only 70%. And he's been trying to give the Knicks all that he can give them and be the most impactful Randle for them. But he's also actually resisting attempts from the Knicks to rest him. And I don't like that, because what if you're doing worse harm to yourself by playing through this injury? What if you're going to hurt yourself in the long run for this injury? What if you're not going to be available when your team needs you the most because you're playing through this injury? That's my only issue with what Julius Randle is doing right now. If he's playing through it, but doctors are okay with him playing through it, then I'm fine. But if he's playing through something that doctors don't think he should be doing, and that the Knicks clearly don't want him to do, then he has to take a look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm going to hurt my team rather than help them if I continue to play through injury. So instead of doing that, let me just take a break, rest, recover properly, get back into game shape properly, and then join the team again so I can be impactful for the team. Now, it may hurt the team while I'm gone, sure, but in the long run, it's going to be better for Randle and the New York Knicks if he's healthy and fully on. Playing at 70%, playing in ankle pain, not being fully ready and available for your team, I think that would hurt the Knicks more than help them. And if you're openly refusing to sit and rest when you clearly need it, and the Knicks are telling you to do so and you're not doing it, that's not a good look. I know you're prideful. I know you want to be available for every single game. I know for you, all you want to do is be the pillar of consistency for this Knicks team. And if you're not out there, how can you say that? I understand it, Randle. We can even go back to a quote that Randle gave during the offseason in terms of playing through significant ankle pain. This is what he stated. I have my own science, Randle said last season about load management and taking rest. I just put way too much into my body for me to personally cheat myself out of being available for my team. The Knicks, by virtue of their roster construction, are reliant on Randle for heavy minutes. And that's not a lie, because we have no backup power forward besides Josh Hart, who, newsflash, is not a backup power forward. We don't have anybody else. So Randle is definitely somebody that we need on the floor every single night. But because of that, you should not have him play through significant ankle pain each and every night, because if you lose him, we have nobody to replace him. So I'd rather lose him for a few games now versus potentially losing him for months on end because he's playing through significant ankle pain. I don't want that to be the case. And if he continues to do this, he may end up hurting the Knicks and the team way more. Now, I will say this. Over the last 2 games where the Knicks blew out the Spurs and the Clippers, he has looked better, especially on the offensive side. So if he's finally back to 100%, if he's finally found that groove and he's ready to go, by all means, I'm happy with it. Let's go. But if he's still experiencing pain, if it's still significant, and if it's not going to be something that's going to help the Knicks in the long run or his career in the long run, then in my opinion, pull him, bench him, and rest him until he's 100% and then bring him back. But there's no reason, especially at this point in time, early on in the season, to risk your health, career, or the Knicks season because of the player that you are for this Knicks team, to put your health at risk and play through this ankle pain. Unless the doctors have cleared you, in my opinion, Randle, you need to be on the bench and you need to be resting, because that is where you're going to help the Knicks more for right now. And then when you're ready, then you can join the team and be more impactful. And I think you'll play even better than we've seen you play these last 2 games at that point, because you actually will be 100% healthy. And that's the Randle that I want to see. Jalen Brunson is also dealing with an injury, and he's playing through it. So that's right. 2 of the Knicks' big 3 in Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are both dealing with injury. And to an extent, RJ Barrett's dealing with injury as well too, with that left sore knee. But going back to Brunson, you may be thinking to yourself, Brunson's injured? He's playing through an injury? What injury is he playing with? When did he experience it? When did he get it? Well, I'm happy to answer all of those questions for you today, because according to the New York Post Stefan Bondi, Jalen Brunson is currently dealing with a left sore hand. Per Bondi of the New York Post, Brunson has been battling a sore left hand since spraining it last season, and he said he aggravated it Wednesday with a spill. I tripped and fell, Brunson said. Brunson has been wearing tape on his hand this season and hoped the aggravation won't affect his game or status. And he said, and I quote, "I don't think so. I hope not. I'm all good. I'll be ready for next game." The Knicks host the Hornets on Sunday. So 2 of the Knicks' big 3, in Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, are dealing with significant injury. Randle still with the ankle pain, and now we know Brunson, who tripped and fell during a game and basically re-aggravated the injury he was dealing with last season, is now dealing with it again. And because of that, he's definitely not looking like the Brunson we saw last year. He's missing shots he normally would make. He's less impactful than he was last year, and he's not doing the same type of Brunson things that we've been accustomed to. So because of that, we had to look around and see, is there another reason? Is there an underlying reason why he's not looking like that same Brunson? Because you never expect Brunson, who's been consistent for the Knicks every single game as of last season, to not be consistent this year. And now we know why. He is dealing with a left sore hand, and when you're playing basketball and you don't feel comfortable or you have a little bit of pain, it hurts your game. It makes you second guess things. It makes you pass the ball up more. Oh, and newsflash, you might miss shots that you normally would make. And that's exactly what we've seen from Brunson. And I've been trying to figure it out. I had thought it was injury, but nobody reported anything, so I couldn't really put that on anything. And Brunson's not going to be the guy to run to the media and say he's dealing with an injury, so nobody knew. But thanks to Steph Bondi in the New York Post and its great journalism, we now know that Brunson is dealing with an injury. He is playing through it. He is going to try to be 100% and good when the Knicks face the Hornets this Sunday. But even if that's the case, Two of our guys, our main guys, are dealing with injuries right now, dealing with pain of some sort. And that's the main reason why they are not impactful and they don't look the same as they did last year for this team. I think once Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, and to an extent RJ Barrett, are all fully healthy, have all gelled together, and understand even more this year than last year how to play together, this Knicks team is going to look better. They're going to look more dangerous, and they're going to be a team that opposing NBA teams on a nightly basis are not going to want to see or play, given the way they play and their physicality. And I love to see that. I also love to see opposing teams walking into the Garden and knowing it's not going to be an easy win and it's not going to be a cakewalk. If they're going to want the W, they're going to have to fight, claw, and battle this Knicks team in order to get it. It starts with our leaders in Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. So I hope for the entire Knicks' future this season that those two stay healthy, remain healthy, get through these injuries, and become 100%, because we need that for this Knicks team so we can compete in this Eastern Conference. But what about you guys? What do you think about this news about Randle and Brunson dealing and playing through injury? Did you know about that? Are you as shocked by it as I am? And do you think that Randle and Brunson should continue to play through it, or should they rest until they're 100%? Let me know in the comments below, because honestly, guys, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.